Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Thesbian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello.
We're bringing you General Demophilus, who was the Thesbian commander at the fated Battle of Thermopylae. When King Leonidas marched out to fight the Persians and try and hold them at the gates, the hot gates, King Demophilus said, "We're going to. If the Spartans are there, the Thesbians are going to be there as well." And he marched his 600 odd men down to fight alongside the alongside the Spartans.
Which means it's Spartan propaganda, saying there's like 300 of them.
Yeah, it pretty much is. And
there's
the
900 of them.
Oh, there were way more than 900. There weren't just 300 Spartans. There were about 1,000 helots there as well.
So Spartans aren't good after all.
Well, the Spartans supported by the 1,000 odd helots. Then there were troops from all over Greece, plus the dragon people. What do they call them? Oh, Thebans. The Thebans were there as well, but they were there under duress. The Thebans were told to position themselves between the Thesbians and the Spartans. That way they couldn't run away, because they weren't trusted. No one trusts a Theban. So anyway, this chap said, well, Spartans are going, so we're going to send our troops, and they fought alongside King Leonidas' the Spartans, and when the rest of the Greeks withdrew, this chap decided to stay with the rest of his men, and they stood on a hill and died. That's the hill.
Cliche.
That's the hill they chose to die on, yes. Quite literarily correct. Yeah.
Actually.
No, it's literally because it is actually written down that that's the date. It is the anyway. A great man, very, very well liked in his home country, very well respected, and he died alongside Leonidas and is remembered to this day. And they're building a new statue to this guy.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, probably have to be Greek or have read the histories.
I don't read.
I know you don't read. You went to school in Yorkshire, they never taught you writing. You still use runes, don't you?
What are they?
Yeah.
I write in hieroglyphs.
Funnily enough, so do I. Yeah, whenever I get told to write a note, I write a note, and then people look at it and say, "What's this saying? What language is it in?" Actually, it's an ancient Sumerian. What does it say? I don't know, I don't speak ancient Sumerian, so I can only write it. So, yes, at school, which is many, many years ago, believe it or not, it was a good 30 odd years ago, when I was in school, the teacher said that if they did an exam for Egyptian hieroglyphs, I would probably pass.
That's how bad your English writing is.
Yeah, I could actually read Egyptian when I was young. Funnily enough. I don't remember how to do it now, but I could read Egyptian.
I could read Egyptian as well.
It's not that hard, really.
The thing has to be in year 3, you had to be able to read Egyptian.
Yeah, stork, crocodile, 2 men bending backwards, fish.
Yeah,
which means...
And then it gives you a list of all the different symbols. You've got to get each word and put them together and it makes a sentence.
I could also read Greek, which was not as easy to... Ancient Greek, I could read ancient Greek.
No, I can't do that.
I learned ancient Greek. And I forgot how to do that. Although I do recognise...
There's only one superior language. The human race.
What? That doesn't even make sense. Is this some rubbish you're getting from your school again?
Well, no. The school had a banner which says there's only one race, the human race. That's what school teaches.
Yeah, okay. So does that mean that if you get a load of people who live in Africa and get them to live in London, do you get the same crime rates that were in London when only white people lived there?
Let's explain it.
Go on.
I was with this like
right. So do they get the same crime rates as when London was made up of white people, or do they get the same crime rates you find in Africa? Come on.
I don't know.
Come on, be honest.
I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the people are different. Humans are different creatures. The National Health Service, our glorious NHS, whose birthday it is today.
Oh, is it?
Yes, apparently it is. Apparently we're all supposed to say how happy it was. I was asked by Sky News to give my story on my story about the NHS, so I told them that my father went and had when he was quite ill, and he went to the doctors at the hospital, and the hospital tested him and everything and said he had depression, and gave him some tablets for depression. 2 years later, the brain tumour he actually had killed him. So that's my story of the glorious National Health Service. Have you got one?
No.
You just avoid it, don't you? Yeah.
I don't go to the doctor.
Yeah.
I only go for my jabs for tetanus and stuff. That's it.
I hate tetanus. Stick it in. I don't want to talk about it, but they stick it and it hurts. You can't sit down properly for a day. It's unpleasant.
I hate that.
No, you get your tetanus in you.
Only if you're a soldier.
Yeah, they say bend over. You're going to get a little prick, and then they stick it in you. Yeah, they lie. And
I've already had my tetanus jab. I'm fine.
Okay, fine. I've had a few.
How many times have you been stabbed with rusty needles?
Twice. Since I was a child, so it's 3 times technically.
Like when you run around in a circle and bust your teeth out.
That too. I haven't. And
then you run around in a circle again and you rip to retire roof of your mouth open.
I have no roof to my mouth. Yes, I don't have a roof to my mouth. It was torn out, which is interesting.
Which is nothing what happened to this guy.
No, maybe he did. Maybe that's why he decided to die with Leonidas. Maybe he said, you know, I've had enough of this planet, and I've got a bad knee, and I'm going to have to go to the local NHS hospital, and they're going to saw my leg off. And all it needs is a plaster. And yeah. Sorry, where were we going with that? There was a reason behind that spinning off of conversation. Language. We covered language, then we covered the horrific crime rate in London thanks to immigration.
No, we talked about how we could used to be able to read hieroglyphs and stuff.
Yes, Greek. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't really help you reading Greek. It's useless.
Yes.
Yeah, because ancient Greek doesn't look anything. Well, it does a bit like modern Greek, and it's rubbish. Anyway, who wants to go to Greece? It's German now. Demophilus is armed with a coppice. He's inspiring, stubborn, and tough. All useful characteristics. So yeah, it's a decent character to have on the battlefield.
I'm inspiring. I am inspiring.
Yes, he's quite good. Questions?
Why has he got wings? Why has he got wings on his helmet?
They're the wings of command. They're basically feathers you stick on the helmet, so you can tell when you see someone waving their arm in the air and shouting angrily. If he's got feathers in your helmet, you take notice.
Why is it gold? Wear different colour armour.
Okay, what if it's raining? Or what if it's dark? Or, not too light? Or what if he's in the middle, he's covered in blood? Which, let's face it, fighting the Persians, you're going to be covered in Persian blood. Not much Greek blood, but a lot of Persian blood. And you see what happens when a Persian gets stabbed, the blood just sprays everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, just like, they must have really high salt content in their blood, because like, you stab a Persian, it's just like, everywhere.
The amount of seawater they must have drank.
All over the computer screen, and all the TV monitor, if you're watching it on TV. But yeah, you get it everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And, because that's what blood was like back then. It was a very strange thing. Hey, it's a good film. Sorry, next question. You ain't got any more questions?
I've got one question generally for the entire Greek army.
Go on then.
There's no armour on their arms, there's no armour on their legs, and it's really annoying.
Okay, there is armour on their legs.
If I was a Persian, I'd have to chop his arm off.
They have armour on their legs, either iron or bronze, leg armour. They have no arm greaves. They don't. The Greeks never wore armour on their wrists because they had no need to wear armour on their wrists. Because this side is covered by a zonking great big shield, and this side has a pointy thing at the end which hurts people. So you're not going to worry about your wrist.
If I was Persian, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd get 3 guys on one Greek guy. We all jump on him, take his helmet off, and then we just stab him.
Okay. If you're fighting a normal Greek, you'll probably have a Greek at the left-hand side of him who will stab you, and a Greek at the right-hand side of him who will stab you. You then have another 8 Greeks behind the Greek who are all capable of stabbing.
Because they're all busy with 3 guys on each of them.
Yeah, but the Greek in the front rank is using in this case, a kopis or zephron to stab or hack. The guy behind him is using a spear to stab.
What about a poison bomb?
Yeah, how long do you have to wait for that? The first poison gas was used against the Romans by the Parthians, I believe. So that's another 1,000 years. No, hang on. No, 1,300 years you have to wait. No, hang on. No, I'm getting my years mixed up. No, 300 years you have to. No, wrong one. No, sorry, wrong way around. So that's 600 years you have to wait to have to deal with poison weapons. Next question.
You could get bowmen on top of the hill.
Bowmen.
From.
Yeah, you get bows. Yeah, whatever.
You can just get a bunch of slaves and throw them off the cliff on top of them.
This chap has the Spartan cloak out of the Spartan box, Greek helmet, and all the other kit is just Greek. The arm, I believe, is from a World War II figure. The pointy arm, I think it's from the Russian box. And I just swapped the hand round to be a pointy thing. It was a spare arm, it wasn't one that I was actually using on a Russian. I have large bit boxes full of bits. And the dead guy on the floor is a Persian, which is the sort of thing you expect on a battlefield. Is that the end?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much for watching. Outro.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and comment down below what you think of
Demophilus.
Demophilus.
That's it from me.
And everything from him.
Goodbye.